Hey guys, welcome to linguamarina. In this video, we're gonna talk about the phrase "you're welcome." This phrase is perfectly fine and people will understand what you mean. But if you want to sound more like a native speaker, if you want to make your speech more diversified, avoid saying "you're welcome" and use the phrases that I'm gonna give you in this video. If you're interested, continue watching. The way you act with your friends is different from the way you act in a professional setting. So when you're at work, instead of saying "you're welcome," you can say these phrases. So we're going to talk about professional phrases. Alternatives to "you're welcome." First, I am happy to be of assistance. For example, if your boss assigned a task for you and he says thank you for agreeing to perform it, you say, "I am happy to be of assistance."
We're happy to be of assistance.
Imagine a colleague asks you to help them out with a project. And they say thank you, and instead of saying "you're welcome," you say, "That's what good colleagues do." Another phrase, "I'm here to help." You can again use this phrase when you talk to your boss or to your colleague, or if you have a happy customer who's like, "Oh, thank you so much for helping me buy this car." You're like, "I am here to help. This is what I'm here for. I'm here to help you do things."
I'm here to help.
And number 4, "my pleasure," which is good for actually any situation, but this is where you try to show a person that you actually enjoyed helping them.
Pleasure.
Honored to have helped. This phrase is used in a situation where somebody asks you to do something that you're not required to do. For example, your colleague has to go and pick up their kid from daycare, and they ask you to take their coat for them. And maybe you really wanted to work with that colleague, or maybe you wanted to help them a lot. So instead of saying "you're welcome," you actually emphasize that this is something you really wanted to do and you're glad that this opportunity came along. So you say, "Honored to have helped. This was an honor for you. Let me know if I can help you in the future." This again shows that you're willing to go an extra step. So you're not just happy that you performed this task, you will be happy in the future if you would have an opportunity to help this person again. And the last but not the least, I'm running out of space. I'm gonna remove this. Number 7 would be, "You would have done the same in my shoes." "In my shoes" is an idiom. It's an expression that means that if somebody else was in your situation, in your shoes, this is just a nice way to let a person know that you've done them a favor and that you think they would do the same for you. One of my favorite newsletters, Morning Brew, is sponsoring this video. And if you want to learn more phrases that native speakers use, and at the same time get to know the context, get to know the news about what's happening in the US, what's happening in tech, I highly recommend subscribing to their newsletter. It is completely free, but the thing is, before Morning Brew, and I've been subscribed for I think over a year now, I would wake up and I would scroll through my different social media, would scroll through different websites in order to find out what happened in the world. And so that took a lot of time. Morning Brew does everything for you, so it takes only 5 minutes in the morning to learn what happened in the world. I like the language that they use. They're always funny, they're making jokes, and they're always on point. Like if something's going on like NFTs, and I'm super interested in crypto, Web 3.0, metaverse, in their latest newsletter, I found out that brands like Nike and Budweiser are launching their NFTs, so they're covering the most exciting things in the world. Again, it is completely free. The link will be down in the description below. Subscribe to Morning Brew, and this way you're going to be able to learn what's going on in the world. You're going to be in the context. You're going to know not only the phrases, but you would also be able to support different topics. Morning Brew, completely free. Link is down below. Okay, now let's go back to this informal environment when you're with your friends and they thank you for something, and the way you can reply is anytime. This is super informal, but again, shows that you're willing to help them whenever they want, anytime.
Anytime.
No need at all. This is again a replacement for "you're welcome," means that no need to thank me at all because it was probably a pleasure for you or you just enjoy doing it. So no need at all.
No need at all.
Number 3, it was nothing. Like, for example, I'm at home and I need someone to help me with hanging this whiteboard on the wall. So I call my neighbor, they come over, they help me. I'm like, well, thank you so much for taking your time and helping me hang this on the wall. And my neighbor says, it was nothing. Oh, don't worry. Like, it was super easy for me. I was happy to help. It was nothing.
It was nothing.
Don't worry about it. I would use this phrase when my friend paid for me and I go like, oh, let me Venmo you whatever you just paid. And Venmo is this app that we use in the US to send money to our friends. Let me Venmo you $15. And the friend replies, don't worry about it. Like, it's an alternative to you're welcome, but it also means that no need for monetary thanks, no need to return money, or there is no need in giving me something. I did it for free. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Another similar phrase, don't mention it. Again, I'm just thinking of a situation where I paid for my friend and he tells me, oh, let me give you $50 back. I'll be like, don't even mention it. No, it was a gift. Like, you're welcome. Don't mention it. But again, you don't normally use it well, you could use it in a work situation, but I just see how I use it with my close friends or with my family.
Don't mention it.
I know you do the same for me. It's again a situation where you understand that you have such a precious relationship with someone and there is just no other way or no other situation in which you wouldn't have helped because you're in this relationship where they would do the same for you. And you say, I know you do the same for me.
You do the same for me.
And the last but not the least, very often used, happy to help. That's it. You were happy to help.
Happy to help.
Let's talk about texting. When we text people, we tend to shorten everything down. So something I see a lot in American messages, NP, no problem. This is an acronym. So they would just text you back with NP, which again means you're welcome. No problem. Anytime.
Anytime.
Always, like when we're texting, we're looking for shorter phrases or just sure, of course. And it's not like they're being impolite, it's just you're trying to save space. Another thing is say sure thing.
Sure thing.
And last but not the least, no worries. No worries is probably my favorite.
No worries.
Remember these. This is mostly for texting. Again, you can say these, but if you're texting, this will be the most convenient phrases. Okay, couple more situations. So for example, you give a gift, somebody says thank you. How do you reply? I hope you enjoy it. Like for example, if you gave, I don't know, maybe like a ticket to a theater or a ticket to a movie theater or maybe like an outfit. Like, I hope you enjoy it. I am glad you liked it. Of course, you use this phrase when somebody actually tells you that they liked something. Oh my God, those earrings are great. Thank you so much for giving them to me. I am glad you liked them.
Glad you liked it.
You deserve it. This is probably, I would use it when a gift is kind of expensive. Like you gave someone a new laptop and they're like, oh, you shouldn't have. Remember, we learned this. Instead of saying thank you, you can say, oh, you shouldn't have. You're like, no, you deserve it.
You deserve it.
And again, in America, you don't really give expensive gifts to your friends because that means that they owe you something. You know what I mean? Like if you give somebody $1,000 or whatever gift, they might feel obliged to give you something in return and they're not in the capacity to spend $1,000 in a gift. So in the US, when you go to a birthday party, it is very common that nobody brings any gifts, or maybe they just bring flowers or balloons. And this is a cultural thing. At first I thought, wow, how lazy they are to not give gifts to somebody for their birthday. But then I realized it is just to not make other people uncomfortable. Because if somebody comes to your birthday party and brings you like $1,000 gift, then you think, oh my God, when they invite me to their birthday party, I am kind of obliged to buy something for $1,000. So when you think you want to give someone like a very expensive gift, probably should be someone from your family, someone who wouldn't feel like, oh my God, now I owe them something. So I would like, if I were to give somebody a laptop, I would either give it to one of my best performing, I don't know, teammates, or if I'm a manager, so they don't feel that they have to give something to me, or my close family, or somebody who like really, really helped me. And then if they're like, oh, no, I won't be able to accept this gift, I'll be like, no, you deserve it. But again, remember, it can be a bit too much when you give expensive gifts to your friends in the US. It made me think of you. You know, sometimes we give gifts just because we want. And like sometimes I would come to my friend and I will give them something, I don't know, something small, like a photo frame. And they'll be like, oh, you should have, or thank you so much. And I'll be like, it made me think of you. I was just walking in the store and I saw this and it made me think of you and I just decided to get it for you. So this is for like gifts that are random, not for like Christmas. Well, you can still use it for Christmas or birthday, but I'm just thinking, you know, when you thought of someone accidentally and you just decide to give them a gift, this is beautiful. Okay, last but not the least, we're gonna talk about funny ways to say you're welcome. Funny ways. You'll get my bill in the morning. You know how it works in the US? When you work with someone, like your CPA, you jump on a call, you have fun, or you invite them for a coffee, or with your lawyer, and then at the end of the month you get a bill and they bill you for that hour. This is the way it works with service industry in the US, you get a bill later. So, for example, my friend came over, helped me with cleaning my apartment, and I'll be like, thank you so much. And he like, don't thank me, you'll get my bill in the morning. Haha, this is a joke. Of course, they wouldn't send me a bill, but this is because the service industry work in this way that people help you first and then they send you a bill. And you thought they were helping you for free and you're like, oops. Welcome to the US. You say, oh, stop it, you. Again, this is very informal. When your friend is thanking you and you don't feel that they have to thank you because you would just do it anyway, so I'll stop it. Don't make a fuss about it. It's okay. Nothing. And the last, but not the least, I'll count on your vote in the next election. This basically means that you will count on your friend in case you need some help. But this is just a funny way of saying it. If you run for president, then they will have to vote for you. Yeah, this just means that you kind of expect reciprocity from your friend. That was it from me for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video up to the very end. If you're not yet subscribed to this channel and Morning Brew, the links will be down below. Thank you so much, and I'll see you very soon in my next videos.